Good morning, guys, and welcome to another episode of Bubba's Garage. Guys, not long ago, right here on Bubba's Garage, we installed the 6-switch control system by Apollointech. Today, well, we're installing the 8-switch control system by Apollointech. And guys, you guys have been asking me like tons and tons of questions out on the forum about this little fella. And honestly, I couldn't answer 90% of them because I haven't installed it yet. So today, I hope that we're going to be able to answer some of those questions right here on Bubba's Garage. Guys, honestly, if this is anything like the 6-switch control system, we're going to be impressed. We're going to be impressed. But we won't know until we install it. Right. And, well, I'm hoping it'll go fast. I'm hoping the install is going to go fast. I hope because I want to play with it, and you can't play with it until you put it in the Jeep first. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this thing out, we're going to open it up, and we're going to take a quick peek. Let's go. You ready? Let's go. Let's do it. Just as I expected, guys, after installing the 6-switch control system, the 8-switch is exactly that. It's a premium product. You still get the metal housing for the source unit, as well as a metal housing for all of your switches.
And just like the 6-switch system, it actually comes with 8 pre-assembled, pre-installed switches, as well as your touch-sensitive on, off, and dimmer controller.
One thing, though, that the 8-switch system does not have, and that is the voltage meter in the middle.
Yes, and it does still come pre-wired, pre-assembled with your harness connector, so it's literally still just plug and play once you get it wired. And just like with a 6-switch, they gave us extra rocker switches. This one actually came with
a lot of
15.
extra. 15 rocker switches, guys. And you know exactly what happens when you're a Jeeper. You know you're going to change things up. And the thing is you can pop these things on and you can put new ones in really easy. They include the tool to do that. And I'm going to show you some footage from our previous episode on how to do that real quick. You're going to use the tool. You're going to place it firmly against your switch. You're going to press all the way in, and then you're going to push this in.
And just like with all of their source control systems, they actually send you everything that you need to complete your installation. All the way down to zip ties, the wire connectors. Now, this kit actually comes with 2 little screws that you're going to use to install your switch panel. Yeah, that's a little bit different than our last installation. It is different.
Well, we're going to check that out here in just a bit. But it also comes with your extra little accessory switch, and yeah, you can put this little guy anywhere. And of course, if any one of those fail, then, well, you have an extra. It's a backup.
And you know, one thing to note also is that the backlighting on the switches, you can actually get in either green, red, or blue. And we chose green for our Jeep.
So definitely keep that in mind.
Yes.
Also comes with a backup main fuse. Now, we're going to go ahead and talk more about this little control system real quick. So let's open her up. This one has a hinged door. It comes with 8 40-amp relays, all of your connections for your additional accessories. Now, one thing to note is that here you have all these rubber little boots where you can push in your wires, so it kind of helps keep the dust out. Now, one thing to note about this source control system that you didn't have in the 6-switch, and that is low voltage cutoff. Guys, when this thing hits 11 volts, it will completely cut off. That way you have enough power to start up your Jeep. You know, that way you can continue on your way. And that's a huge thing that you want to have when you're out on the trails and, well, you're 150 miles from nowhere and you're stranded. And guys, we do a lot of installs right here on Bubba's Garage, and 99.9% of the time the instructions are cruddy.
Yeah, but these are phenomenal. I mean, they come with really color pictures for easy following along for your installation. It makes it very, very detailed.
Yeah, I'm glad they put pictures in there because, honestly, it works really well for a Bubba. Because I don't read, I just look at the pictures. Yeah, that makes sense, and I'm good, you know? So, guys, we're going to install this real quick on the winter edition, and we're going to see if we can't play with that new touch panel thingamajigger. first step to this installation is installing the source control system underneath your hood.
Yes.
You're going to do that using a 10mm wrench or a socket in our case by removing these two bolts that are attached to your fender. That was actually really easy. Wasn't actually that hard at all. A couple of things I want to note just real quick is when you install that thing, be cautious of your brake lines. You see how close it becomes right here, and the thing does bounce a little bit. How is that going to turn out? I'm not really sure, but just be aware of it. I actually first mounted this thing, and well, it was sitting right on top of that brake line. So just be aware of it and be careful. Next up, we're going to run this wire through the firewall, and then we can start with the switches. Now that we got the cable through our firewall, we're actually going to take and we're going to run it up through the A-pillar here and across the channel. But before we do that, we're going to remove these freedom tops because, well, the last time we did this install, they got in the way.
Now that we have the wiring harness run across the channel, the next step to the installation is actually putting in the switch panel itself. Before you start installing it, make sure that you have your mounting point where it needs to be for your Jeep. That way when you put it on, you don't have to worry about it. After you've done that, you're going to go ahead and attach your wiring harness and then pull the stick tape off. Once you've done that, you're going to pull up on that bar and you're going to put your footman's loop in between the metal of the panel itself and the bar on top. You'll just slide it right over and it'll fit right in there.
I've tried to be patient, baby. I've tried to be patient, baby.
There you go. That wasn't actually that bad. Be sure that you use a 7mm wrench up there, and honestly you're going to want to use a wrench because it is a very, very tight spot.
Yes.
Now the screws underneath, we did not screw those in. Honestly, I feel like it's pretty sturdy. I don't want to drill holes in the factory plastic, not right now. So we're going to continue on. We're going to button up the rest of the A-pillar and the rest of the plastic, and then we're going to move around to the hood where we can hook up some power.
There we go. Let's go.
Then after that, I get to put some switches up there.
I try to be patient, baby.
Power wires are hooked up, everything is attached. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the cab and we're going to install our rocker switches and play with this little fella. All right, guys, we got our rocker covers installed.
Yes.
One thing that I want to note that's a little bit different about this switch control system is that it doesn't come on automatically.
No, it doesn't. It actually has an on-off button. It's a soft touch on-off button. So to turn it on, you just touch the button once and it'll come on, and then touch it again to turn it off. But this button is also multifunctional. When the unit is on, you just touch and hold and it'll dim the light down. And then you can touch and hold it again and it'll brighten it back up. And you can set it to however dim or bright you want.
That's right. And you guys have been asking about that in the forums and things like that. you wanted a system that you can turn on and off on demand, this is definitely the system for you.
Yes.
Honestly, guys, out of all the installs here, we've been really pleased with the Apollointech switch control systems. What do you think about this one?
Well, you know, this one I think is definitely for those avid off-roaders.
Yeah, 8 switches. So, I mean, that's a lot of switches.
There's a lot of switches, and it has you can turn it off and turn it on only when you need it and everything like that. So I think it's definitely...
Yeah, it's definitely for an avid off-roader, and honestly, 8 switches is a lot of switches. A lot of you guys out there, you know, you're avid off-roaders, you're using systems like this. This value for the money is definitely there. Guys, honestly, I'm going to rate this at a 1 out of 5 Bubba thumbs. This is going to be different. I'm going to give this a 4.5.
Yeah.
A 4.5.
4.5.
I'm really close to giving it a 5, guys. Honestly, I mean, it's a great product, but there's one thing that just took the half off for me, and that is the switch control system. The way it mounts, it's definitely easier to install. Guys, this thing, you can knock this install out in about an hour. The problem is it bounces a little bit, and that just doesn't sit well with me. I really liked the way the 6-switch control system mounted. It was very sturdy. It was very hardy.
Yes.
But I mean, outside of that, I mean, that's the only thing I can really truly complain about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really nice system. It does what you need it to do. I mean, in the end, if you're looking for a control system that you can press that power button, it's on there. And let's not forget to mention the low voltage cutoff.
Oh,
that's huge.
Yeah,
that is huge. If you want low voltage cutoff, this is definitely the system for you. The 6-switch system does not have that. I wish it did, because honestly, I kind of like the 6-switch system better.
Yeah.
I do. I like to be able to turn the key on and it's there. I get it. You know, the power button is there for other purposes. It depends on your need. Right. But I like the 6-switch. I want to be able to turn it on. I want to see my lights when I drive down the road. Honestly, some of the folks out there were complaining about the brightness of the 6-switch control system.
It was bright, I agree, but at the same time, I feel like there's more aesthetics there.
Absolutely. So we're going to cover a comparison video here soon, right here on Bubba's Garage, so definitely stick around. Guys, if you have any questions about the 8-switch control system, do me a favor, leave us some comments, let us know. We'll definitely answer those. Meanwhile, if you like this video and you want to stick around and find out what happens next right here on Bubba's Garage, and, well, you want to see more videos just like this,
yes,
do me a favor, please subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you on the flip side. Good night, everybody.
Good night.